The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast. Boy, Bitcoin is going to shit, Roy. Yeah, nah, you missed that train for some money. That you gotta play long game now. You gotta hope.
Like my brother was telling me, you can't even like change Bitcoin into real money.
Yeah, because they closed the thing down. I forgot what it's called, the exchange, but they closed it down. That mug fell.
So niggas just stuck with some digital money, waiting for Ready Player One to pop.
Shit,
up.
ain't that what happens on 2K, nigga? If the VC don't work out right, you making them. That's what they literally prepared you niggas for this shit with virtual currency. That's what happens. Like
They said we gonna update it just like a new
shit,
game.
nigga. This is
transfer.
This is 2K, nigga. My team. That new card come out, nigga. You done spent 250K my team coins. Then the next week, that motherfucking card is obsolete, going for 12,000 my team. That's the same thing, nigga. That's stock.
Right.
Shit, y'all gonna learn today. Shit. But
I'm gonna just stay out here with I already known play money. Shit, fuck all that one. Just stick with this play money that can at least get me a burger.
Man.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool on that other stuff. Like till they figure it out. They was selling digital weak ass monkeys for however much. Talking about this supposed to be for art. Like niggas, well, let the artist eat, not a nigga that make a digital supreme monkey. The hell is that? That wasn't the dumbest shit I seen. There's no culture in that culture, and that's why I be messing up. I don't even be understanding.
Seen a nigga pay for Jack Dorsey's first tweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga paid like 20 million for the rights to his first tweet, and then it didn't sell for how much you thought it was.
Got like 1,200 back.
Like, dude, come on, bro. Like, you paid for his first tweet. Like, yeah, this is the first tweet on Twitter. Like, damn, you know, like, I don't know, man.
If you're going to pay for something like that, you just keep it. That's for you to be like, you know what? I got the first tweet, bro. Like, I actually own the rights to the first tweet. Anybody tweet this, they running me some money. I own the rights. But no, you want to try to flip. This ain't this. He must have watched that little Netflix shoe miniseries. Looking for them Jordan Zeros and shit. Nigga ran up on his house like, nigga, I got like 4 pair already. I was just playing on the thing. They already, it was a cool story, bro.
I ain't seen it.
Oh man,
I ain't seen it.
King Bach.
Oh
Yeah. King Bach. You know what I'm saying? Like it's silly. It's a grown man who used to be in the sneaker culture, and his little crazy ass homeboy get him back in. With his wife is telling him, don't be wasting our money. So he gets roped in, and he get roped into some hella bad. Every time his homies like, no, trust me. He shouldn't have trusted that nigga, bro. He would have like, no, we just gonna do this right. Nigga, when he went to go get some shoes, somebody gave him a plug. It's like, look, go pick up these. I don't forget what it was, like some ones or something. Like, get the ones, bring them back here. You can sell them for this. You'll get the money that you lost, right? He sees some fucking Red Octobers. And King was like, bro, just get them, bro. You don't never see. And the dude, so he get the Red Octobers instead of the shoes he told him to get. He go back to the consignment shop. He like, yeah, you got them ones for me, right? He's like, no, I got these. He's like, bro, I got like 5 pair of these Red Octobers already. But the one, somebody was looking for them, so they already had the money ready. He said, well, shit, I can put these on retainer for you, but when they sell, I'll let you know. So listening to his homie, he missed out on just a lick. It was an easy lick. Didn't go with the person that hooked them up because they didn't tell him the whole story. They said just go and get the ones. Don't do nothing else. But he didn't want to listen. So man, yeah, it's funny, bro. It's funny. They went on a wild goose chase to fucking Japan to find some zeros.
Man, yeah, see, I always thought I liked the shoes, but yeah, I don't like shoes like that. Like then these niggas traveling across the world
and the crazy part, his wife didn't even understand, like, why you like this so much? So this girl that he used to talk to, she flips everything. So she was into getting purses, right? And she took her on this wild goose chase to try to find this purse. And I don't even remember if it was real, but she went down to get this purse, right? And the little girl, his wife was like, that's so stupid. But the scene kind of cut weird, like she had a weird look on her face. Come find out at the end of the show, he's like, hey, where you get that purse from? She went and got the purse. after she told it the whole thing was stupid trying to get these. So now I think if they was going to re-up, they going to get it to where she gets addicted to where she in looking for bags and different shit. So he probably going to find out later. So I'm like, all right, it's cute now. It's cool. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, man. Take your blessings when they hand it to you, man. Stop listening to the foolish ass niggas. Always trying to make a flip, man.
Have you read The Alchemist before?
I just hear about it all the time.
Man, that's The Alchemist right there. Man, check out The Alchemist.
Yeah, it's on the shelf over there. I'm gonna crack it open.
Man, easy read, fun read. Check out The Alchemist to the listeners, man. That's one of those mandatories.
Yeah, that shit crazy, bro. Easy flip, man. Just trying to get to eating, man. Take your blessings when they come. When somebody give you a solid, listen. They don't got to give you all the direction. They gave the directions. Just follow them. Some people try to look out. Yeah, it's you know, that was a show full of life lessons. That nigga was getting hit and hit. Like, stop listening.
Man, that's interesting. I want to go to Japan one day.
Man, it just look cool as shit over there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, they got it's definitely an interesting culture over there. I heard that the Jordan 1s is a part of the mandatory shoes for the outfits for the school uniforms.
Oh shit.
That's why they got the Jordan 1s over there like that. You know what I'm saying? Man. So it's just when you forced to be on a small area like that, you forced to be efficient in anything you design. So like all of the multiple design stuff that they got for multifunction is just they innovation over there is crazy.
The need to be efficient, bro. Like the need to be efficient is insane. They learned how to build up and make it more, adaptable to small spaces. We still building parking lots. We ain't even just building decks. We just silly as hell. We just build out. Talking about we ain't got enough land. Fam, build a 2-3 story deck. We have decreased the amount of land that we need to function. Just silly shit like that. They got whole damn car vending machines, nigga. Oh, your car over here, push the button, gonna bring that bad boy down. We up here ain't even got a deck.
Man, fully functioning robots and shit that's 30 foot tall and shit like dog. They over there doing some extreme stuff in Japan.
We can't see none of it because of the algorithm.
Crazy.
We don't know what's going on.
Shout out to Clubhouse.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Clubhouse.
Yeah, man. That's why we got to get on these VPN throwers, bro. We definitely do, just to see what everybody else really doing and looking at and got.
Man, it'd be all kind of stuff that ain't accessible on our servers.
Yeah, it should be crazy, bro. Oh man. Speaking of shoes, I guess when this come out, it's today.
Yeah.
Sneaker soiree tonight, man. Tonight, sneaker soiree. 3rd annual. Everybody in the house. We about to be sharp, on point. I don't know if y'all remember, but we got a little gift over here. And I think it's time.
You think it's time?
It gotta be time. What other event can we give out some footwear?
Man.
What other event could we really give out some footwear?
Man.
And we gonna make sure the winner is supporting the podcast. Yes, ain't subscribe. We fighting everybody. We gonna watch them subscribe and pay for a Patreon member. No, we didn't got a Patreon
back. Hey, hit that.
We gonna create a Patreon, make them pay for it, and then give them the slides. But no, we definitely got the sneaker soiree. There will be a little sneaker competition happening down there. Who got? I'm curious, because there's another prize that we got. We got a couple people. One of our sponsors is helping us out with. But this one, I might want to be like the most unique shoes. Get the slides, not just the best, because people are just hype beasts. As long as you got something that's either expensive or super name brand, you know what I'm saying, you might win. But I don't believe in the hype beast. I like people with style and creativity. So we might do 2 different ones. One for who the crowd think is the best, and then one who think got the most unique shoes. And whoever got the most unique shoes, we're gonna let our guy Montreal hand off them Yeezy slides that he blessed us with, man. Okay. Somebody give me a round of applause for that shit or something, man. We getting them slides off, man. But it's gonna be a good day, man. A good evening, man. We got Verse gonna be in the house, opening it up for us. We got my guy Yada Man getting busy. And then we got our main guy, man, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, Chuck Indigo, man. and he finna go.
Mm-hmm.
He finna black out on him. It's gonna be a fun time. We partying after the little concert.
Mm-hmm.
You can meet the artists.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna try to do some extra stuff. I hope everybody here got their beats ready,
Mm-hmm.
got their rhymes ready. We might have to hit a studio directly after.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is gonna be a good time. Everybody gonna be spiffy. You know what I'm saying? Dressed to the nines.
Mm.
Everybody can come out, I believe. I think we made that bitch all ages on accident. So go on and bring them. Go on and buy that ticket.
Mm-hmm.
If they can walk, they can buy a ticket. But no, man, we get them shoes ready. I got mine ready.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm doing nothing too extra special, but they just gonna be something I ain't worn yet. Just ain't never broke them out.
Okay.
I'm gonna just break something out. You know what I'm saying? Hope my clothes fit. I've been in the gym. I think they fit pretty well right now.
Yeah.
It was good, but a little sketchy about 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Sketchy.
You done dropped a couple pounds.
Just a couple. I might have to do my little juice cleanse.
Mm.
Get a little more trim real quick. Snatch my waist, bitch. Really snatch it. But yeah, man, fit ready. Gonna make sure it's ironed.
Okay.
Johnny, man.
Yeah.
You got to get rid of the boots, man.
Man. Man, show up with something different.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we still trying to figure out what we gonna wear, man. What kind of shoes we got, man. We still trying to figure it out. So
we got a little time. So
Uh-huh.
little time. We gonna get something popping real soon.
Couple hours. We got a couple hours.
Well, I don't know, but I know the young guy. He just smiled like he finna stun on all you niggas, and you niggas is me.
Man.
He just ready. I don't know what he finna pull out.
Man.
He just ready. He's like, Ian, you been talking all that shit. I seen your little punk ass Tribe Called Quest Vans. I seen your Bulls 3-piece. I'm finna kick, boy. Montreal just gonna be happy to be in the building. Like,
Man.
I hope hey, all the baddies show up.
Man.
I just got to see my man in action.
Man.
I'm sorry. I just got to see him in the moment. That's all I
Man.
want to see.
He was transforming.
But man, it is definitely going down tonight, Friday evening, man. At the Slowdown, tickets will be available at the door.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a great time. It's a great time, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I like to give it up on the turntables.
Mm-hmm.
If you want the same old, you can go somewhere else. But we gonna give y'all a little party.
Mm.
Ain't no sad music.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody rapping about their problems.
Mm.
I'm not finna play a bunch of shit with a bunch of niggas dying.
Mm.
But we just gonna have fun.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna have a whole lot of different age groups in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna make sure everybody leave happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be some magical shit going on.
Mm.
So man, come out, bring your peoples. Tell everybody, bring somebody with you, man. Just tell them to get dressed, throw on their kicks, put that dress on, put that suit on, put them dress shoes up though.
Mm-hmm.
Throw them sneaks on, man. Throw them kicks on, something fresh, man. Come on out to the sneaker soiree, man.
Man.
At the Slowdown, we are starting indoors at 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting busy around 8,
Okay.
so don't want to be late.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, we gonna see y'all there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be in the building.
That part, Streets A&R.
Streets A&R in the building, man. And shout out, man, to my guy Marcy Yates. He'll be hosting. Y'all seen him on the pod, so he'll be hosting for us.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we getting it going, man. Well, yeah, man. Johnny No Good. What you know good?
Man, what you know no good.
No good.
What you know no good.
No good.
Oh man, that's a beautiful song right there. They too young for that. They don't know nothing about that.
They don't know none of them old sitcoms for real. They be showing the reruns and shit, but they don't know.
Man. Yeah, man.
But Johnny, man, we had us a lovely conversation last pod.
Okay.
About a young guy who for some reason I believe he's high on his morale right now.
Okay.
And he just decided to step all on all us little peons out here.
It was small steps or he was big stepping?
He was, I don't know what you call that. That shit was like some giant steps. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Uh-huh.
If y'all don't know, we talking about a distant cousin who don't know about us, Kendrick Lamar, man, K-Dot, dropped Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, man.
Man.
And he stepped. and he stepped. At least I guess we gotta get a disclaimer. My opinion, he stepped. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna talk about, you know, what we got from the album. And also I think we just gonna start there. What we got from the album. 5-year hiatus. He let us know why he was on a 5-year hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important to have that time to get your shit together, get your point across, get your thoughts together, get your life together before you have to offer up to the world. And I think he did just that, man. I think he offered up to the world something that's gonna stand the test of time for a whole lot of reasons. Even just artistically, man. Just it's funny how he calls the album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, but the order of it is a 2-disc CD, 18 tracks, 9 and 9. We talked about that last time with the numbers, but the Big Steppers was first, and then Mr. Morale, and the last track on the album is called Mirror. So even with the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, he mirrored it and flipped it, right? You get what I'm saying? So and it was also interesting when you look at it, he kind of mirrored how the tracks went. So even with the interludes where they're kind of in the same place on opposite ends.
Yep.
Even when he announced which part of the album it's at the mirrored opposite end. So it's at the beginning, I think, of track 2, where you hear Kodak, but then at the end of track 17, the second to last, you hear his daughter on there say Mr. Morale. So it's a complete mirror of where they're at. On purpose to go into the song Mirror. And it's like, oh man, this man crazy as hell, boy.
Yes, sir.
This man crazy as hell.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna give one general take, and I'm gonna toss it to Johnny because this was Johnny's. I think Kendrick mined Johnny's mind and took some shit out that he been over here brewing on for the longest. I ain't gonna lie to you. We have some conversations.
Yeah.
But he stole all Johnny's shit.
Yeah.
But it was in universe, so Johnny just pulled from the same pool.
Man, listen. That's why it's beautiful. And that's why it's beautiful. In my mind, I swear I'll be feeling like Zick Tape 2, you know? Like it did waves on Cali. Like it did waves out there in California, bro. It's a couple artists where I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, nigga. But all of that to say, you know, I'm just thankful, man. It was a beautiful piece of art. Just thankful of creatives like that, who can inspire, you know? That's what we're here to do. That's what music should do. Not only should it teach, not only should it educate and all of these other things, but it should inspire. I think that's what the key thing of art is. Genes is put here to express themselves. So how can we express? How can we inspire other peoples to express? And that's what Kendrick did, man. Concept wise, as far as like just the music, the material, the things he's talking about, yeah, man, it was beautiful to see it put into a palatable and digestible format like music, man.
And I love it. This album really sat with as a culmination of his previous projects to me. Like really piecing out and hearing a little bit of everything that he you know came out with. And even in expression and how he used his production on here was a masterclass. And you know, he hinted at some things when he came out with Baby Keem, right? He said, "I'm smoking on your top 5 tonight," and he kind of let you know, like, all right, man, I see what y'all been doing. Yeah, I'm uninspired. I'm gonna just go ride my Beast Cruiser.
That part.
You know, I'm chilling. I couldn't write for 2 years. He talks about that.
That part.
And he comes out with an album, and I don't know, man. Let's keep it funky, bro. A lot of people they feel like they ain't fucking with it. It ain't talking to them. And I tell you, my favorite line, one of my favorite lines ever is "A hit dog hollers." And I think a lot of people who don't resonate with this is because he got at something in your soul that you didn't like. You had to turn it off. Like, oh, I ain't trying to hear that right. It's like, I ain't trying to hear that right now.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want to hear nothing conscious. It's summertime.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want to hear
Yes.
that. And I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
He poked your ass. He hit you on the side. Little swift little ice stick. He was poking at a lot of type. He was poking at a lot, bro. But it was just, I think just for me, just sonically, every time I listen, I'm hearing new subtleties in the production. Every time I listen. Like, to the point, I'm just paying attention to production. Like, I already know half the lyrics. But I'm paying attention to the subtle sound, the shift in the beat. Even like songs like We Cry Together. And listening to even how the beat shifts, like pulling out some of the drums towards the third verse. And it's like, just taking our bits and pieces, or taking the pieces that we want out of a situation, changing situations, starting off with this, how we sound right now, talking about how we sound on the internet, going at each other, especially black men and black women, right? Yeah, he used the example of an interpersonal clash, but even in third verse, they all off topic and started just talking about the world, like, oh, this is why you the reason why Harvey Weinstein. Wait, what? He like, what the hell I got to do with that? He's like, you the reason why you R&B bitches don't even work together. But it just got to some bigger things outside of just an interpersonal relationship. That's kind of how we have been trained to argue and shit. I see it. We see it all on podcasts everywhere. And he just touched on so much, bro. And I don't want to get too much into the songs yet, but just the sheer production. The variability of the production was amazing, bro. He got into, for me, half the album can go on the radio. Half of the album can go on the radio, bro. Cause it's just bops all over the place. He was just fumbling them hoes, depending on your mood. And the juxtaposition of the type of lyrics for the production was crazy. Like, I'm thinking of the song with Blast. And it's all poppy, I popped the pain away. I stopped. Now you thinking it's like, oh, this shit, but you listen like, oh my God. But it's one of those from his song, like, I always forget the swimming pools. It's that. Everybody in the club was talking about pour up, drink, and the song is about you not pouring up and drinking and and the demons that come from drinking and what you get into your head and get into this space to where you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them. It's, Kodak did his damn dizzle, bro. Yeah. People was upset at Kodak. I was happy that Kodak was all over this shit.
Yeah.
I was happy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was happy. I'm not even the biggest Kodak fan, but even I remember when Kodak came out and said Kodak can actually go. Like, Kodak got something to say. Just got to keep him on a path of where he don't stray too far off. But Dot seen that too. He know what the potential he got, man. It's just, man, it was a masterclass, bro. I'll get into my favorite tracks later, but Johnny, man, I can go on this one, man.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm loving the conversation, man. We just keep it going, man. I think that one thing about Kodak, I seen Drake said it was Drake that said he was up, or was that Cole? Cole said Kodak was up next, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that was Cole. But my favorite song from Kodak, and when he dropped it, people wasn't like really listening to it. I remember telling my little brothers, like, bro, you gotta listen to that shit. Calling My Spirit. That track, Calling My Spirit. That's the one he dropped with the acoustics and on the guitar. That Calling My Spirit, man. Go check that out, man. Kodak was talking about something on there, bro. Like, and you gotta reach a certain level of enlightenment. Like, certain people, some people just have conversations because it's faddish. You know what I'm saying? It's a fad. It's what people talking about. But like, so probably say as above, so below. Like, if you truly understand that, then it make you move and think on a whole different dynamic. And so, like, shout out to Kodak, man. The album was just amazing, bro. I mean, even as you talking about the I Popped the Pain Away, right? Like, that's following in 95, in which he's talking about removing the mask. So now you have to get honest about yourself, about what's the things that you do. You popping the pain away because you don't want to be sober. And then, right, as you said, mirroring, because that's the, you know what I'm saying? Towards the end, here he is talking about my mom sober.
Right.
So here you are, you got to deal with this. And it's like, from that, the song with Taylor Page, what's it called?
That's We Cry Together.
We Cry Together. Even that, at the end of it, right? Tap dancing around the conversation and getting to the point where we still got to talk about love, but there's a common analogy that we equate love to all the time. Love equals war. Love is war. That's why the title's called Purple Hearts. Like, it's like, bro, it's like, man, everything about it was just beautiful. It was so intentional. And I think that it's going to take another 2 or 3 years of digesting and a lot of growth for people to truly understand everything that he was saying. That was a phenomenal work, man.
Yeah, man, that shit is anybody that, I'm not going to say anybody. When you don't have it, it's number one at the end of the year. You need to do some soul searching and understand what do you truly think music is truly for. And I'm not here to judge, you know what I'm saying, on, but even just technically, this nigga murdered everything that's out. Technically. To be able to rap, to scat on jazz beats, you know what I'm saying? And people not understanding that's like that's not off beat. It's a jazz scat. It's a drummer. It's a drummer. If you don't know, not familiar with jazz, go listen to a jazz band and watch the drummer get his solo and watch how he seems like he's going all over the place and he always right back on the one. Seems like it's like that is a skill in itself. Jazz Train, you can thank him for diving into that thing on To Pimp a Butterfly. You know what I'm saying? But bro, everything was. The storytelling was A+, and the vocal, the use of his voice box as an instrument is unrivaled in hip hop. I said last week, and I say it all the time. He is theater to the ears. There is nothing you have to see, and you can see everything as far as the setting, his mood, what he's trying to get across. The words and the visuals by listening to him. There ain't nothing. There ain't nothing you need to see. I have an idea, but Johnny be telling me not to say all my ideas, so I'm gonna leave it. But it's magical what he does. When I'm thinking about Auntie Diaries, right? And him tapping into the voice that he tapped into when he was on Fear, on Damn, when he was a teenager. And this is when he said, I feel like, on Auntie Diaries, like, I feel like I'm old enough to understand this. My auntie is a man now. He's like, I think I'm old enough to understand now. But that was happening in his teenage years. If you go back on Fear, when he was 7, his fear was, as a little kid talking from a mama, I'll whoop your ass, to a teenager. Basically, his biggest fear is pretty much dying too early because of being careless. But it's the same tone in which he rapped on this. So you understand he was a teenager. During this time period when he was understanding his auntie and then his cousin's transition. And to be able to tell a story in a time like this where people are afraid to talk about these things from a different perspective from the one that's given. This is the perspective of a straight man witnessing and being around a family member, and being able to tell it from his perspective. Just the purposeful in the song misgendering, because that's what's happening. Not understanding that, like I'm saying, oh, she, he, not getting it. You know what I'm saying? But that in itself was subtleties that I caught the first time, like, oh, okay. Because that was what would happen. You don't know what to do, what to say. So it was.
I think it was, for me, the thing that I took away from that song was just the ultimate lesson of when you get to the true point of agape love power. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's you choosing family over a religious, structure or anything like that. And like, that's the one thing about it is like, I always say that I create open spaces. I don't say I create safe spaces, because what's safe for me might not be safe for you. But I like to create open spaces. And one thing about it is just in creation of those spaces, you want to make sure that everybody feel heard. And that's just one of those things right there where, that's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, and if not just her, just the ability to know you can express. Whether it's received or not is different, but the ability to know you can express, that's a different feeling. That's a space you have to be in, and to choose love is the ultimate construct over everything. You say it all the time, love is powerful, because love will make you kill.
Man.
So, but just for that, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna be real. When we first heard it, I told you what one of my favorite was. Mama I Sober.
Mm-hmm.
And just listening to the ability to have to deal with things just on a surface level, the ability to have to deal with things while sober and witness these things and not knowing how to react, but also having to take it in without any obstruction of your judgment. To talk about what he did when he was younger. Talking about I was in that back seat. I ain't had nothing in my system. I'm out here and having to live with those thoughts to the third and one of the most important verses that probably done came out in a long time in any genre of music, bro. To talk about the hiding, the non-communication of family and what goes on behind closed doors and why people act the way they act and how that manifests out. To talk about why his mama kept questioning him. Why you keep telling me my cousin did something? Why you keep asking me? And for her to say, well, he did something to me in Chicago. I was only trying to protect you and almost hoping you would say something so we had a reason to get rid of him, because it's hard for me to deal with mine. But if you said something, I'll feel strong enough to get rid of him, try to get him up out of here. But not in understanding how that manifested in him questioning himself if his truth is correct. He was telling the truth, but am I right? And how that manifested years later in his relationship dealing with his addiction. And then to talk about the cycle of families and not being able to communicate, having people who are doing things to people sexually, unwanted, and how we manifest that out. How, listen, I see all of y'all with the masking, back to the mask from the second track. This is the second to last track. The masking of the pain of going through shit like that. Expressing it out through your outward overbearingness. So outward expression, I need a bunch of tattoos so you can see who I am. I need the jewelry, so I'm gonna be expressive so you can see who I am. When he said some of them just feeling shook from walking to school with their uncle, walking back from school.
That part.
So those things, those traumas are passed down. They're not talked about. We reenact them in our own ways because we never correct them. We never deal with them. Like, bro, that ain't nothing. What else you want from music, bro? What else you want from a human? What do you want from a human for him to express that the buck stops here, man? I'm finna go deal with mine so I can put something positive for my life. I say it all the time, bro. Our job is to procreate, not just recreate. So in procreation, I need to make things better. His number one job, him being in his family, the reason why he recluse is he had to deal with his trauma so it does not go to his offspring, so he can be better for them, so they can be better for the world. In healing myself, I'm healing the world because I'm healing those that come from me that's in the world. Like, bro, the man, hey, bravo, my G.
Yeah. I think it's just one of those things, man. Like you said, it's serious conversations. And it was something, like, I don't know, I feel I keep bringing it back to myself, but it's just something that somebody used to say to me about Zik Tape 2. They say, like, you make depressing music. And it's like, the music is so reflective, so, like, against the grain of what's going on. It's like, you have no choice but to have your perspective open. Like, you don't see things the same afterwards. And it's like the conversation he had about, like, not healing. That's something that hit close in my family, where I didn't have family members, that's very, very protective about certain situations, older men with younger girls, but it just come out. And that's the thing about the mind, the mind to repress things that'll come back later. And so, like, here's a person now dealing with stuff from their childhood that they mind repressed that's resurfacing now that they up there in their years, bro. Like, these are conversations that's had, but, like, you just understand why people move the way that they are now. So it's definitely, yeah, man.
For sure, man. Just get stuck on it. I can't skip a song. And if I do skip a song,
what's your top three, man? Like, what's your top three or what's your top five on there, man?
Ooh. Well, of course, Mama I Sober. Savior.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite bop on there got to be Silent Hill.
Okay.
You nigga ain't like,
Like,
man, it's hard not to say We Cry Together. And part of that man that was one of the grimiest beats I've heard on a track. Grimier than a Griselda beat. I was like, ugh. To get in some grimy shit though. But I'm like, oh my God, this is nasty. That's shit, man. it's Baby King went crazy on his verse, bro. He went crazy on his verse. Oh shit, man. Got me looking like make sure and I really, Father Time is another one of the pieces that a lot of folks, I'm gonna say primarily the men, because he said, hey, you can get the women a break. We got our own shit to deal with right now. But it's just I'm tripping, man. I'm sorry, man. But count me out. That's and I think count me out is really the opening of the second disc, technically.
It is.
And I had to say count me out rounds on my top 5. I really like the Worldwide Steppers production. I don't know why I like that shit. But Count Me Out is a very simple as far as the lyrics go, as far as the amount of words, but it's one of those things that's gonna be felt when he do his show. And when that shit rings off at a concert, especially when it rings off, you do it correctly. Lord, let me get on the stage for a festival. When I read that bitch off, bruh. Oh man. It's one of the things that's gonna just hit. It's one of the things that's gonna hit. But yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go with. That's tough. I don't know. How about that? I don't know. But Mama I Sober, Savior, definitely up there. And shit, man. The rest, I might go Count Me Out from there. And everything else is a tie. It ain't gonna lie, except for Purple Hearts. And that's gonna be the radio record. Like for Purple Hearts, for me to be your worst record, you got an amazing ass album. You got an amazing album. That's your bottom. For me, that's your bottom.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, I think that I like Purple Hearts as far as just the overall theme. Is just shut the fuck up when you hear love talk, and it's like. All that other shit, all that other stuff is like irrelevant. It almost remind me of a conversation I was having with Del Reese. You know what I'm saying? Because bro is on his cold-heartedness. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, nah, man. Like there's still a power with love, man. And so, shut the fuck up when you hear love talking, bro. Like love is powerful. Man. And it's I love the way he bluntly put it, because you can't speak poetry to a swordsman. It's like he said the song before that. What's it called? The song with Taylor Page.
Oh, We Cry Together.
We Cry Together. This is the language of the world. This is what I'm hearing. This is what y'all sound like. This is literally what he said. This is what y'all sound like. And it's like, yeah, man. Yeah, this is what y'all hearing, and this is what y'all tune into. But y'all need to shut the fuck up when y'all hear love talking and actually listen to it.
And it's crazy, and I'm gonna be real, bro. This is such a crazy time for this to drop, especially like a track like that to be such a standout. Right after brother Kevin Samuels passed away, and to even hear, for me as somebody who would try to make sure I understood the whole picture, to watch Kevin and see the conversations that never get posted versus the ones everybody gravitated towards is literally this song. Is that shit, right? When he was in a back and forth versus when he was understanding or somebody called in and really got something from him, or which is you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't the shit that's gonna get no burn. So it's this shit. It's the other podcasts who have the dynamics of fussing back and forth, trying to prove your shit right, trying to say how much your shit stink. Nobody even just accepting when something is true. Even if you want to argue back, I'm like, all right, that's real, that's true, I feel that. Not even that. It's just ready to fire back. So it's just an interesting time, man.
Mm-hmm.
And like this is it's timely and it's gonna go down as timeless music.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go down as timeless music,
Mm-hmm.
especially for this era, man. And even just his ability to, we talked about this earlier on the phone, bro, just to how to be so connected
Mm.
while having to disconnect at the same time.
Mm.
It's very difficult
Mm.
and mind wrecking when you even think about it. But to drop an album and have to go overseas with limited access to the internet so you don't get caught up in the chatter is crazy.
Mm.
I'm going to Ghana.
Mm.
Let me play FIFA
Mm.
and play a little soccer with these little homies.
Mm.
I'm going over here. It's about 4 phones in this little village. He ain't even in the big city. I ain't saying, I know, I've been to Nigeria, so I know what's over there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But he ain't like the village, bruh. Ain't shit happening in the village. So he just in the village. It's like a few phones. Ain't everybody chilling in the village.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just even seeing that with his lady, bro, and his first time popping out, even talking about he got a woman and kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Even though for me it was known, but just him putting it on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I've been tending to.
Mm.
They all young and fun. You know what I'm saying? This is what I've been tending to. What is y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man, shit. Synchronicity, man.
Man.
Synchronicity with the world.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just a beautiful project, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping some more people can do some things that are relevant.
Mm.
And there's been a few.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a few. Don't get it twisted. You know, I'm a music guy.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, was it a couple months ago now? I know Saba came out with a few good things.
Okay.
And even his cover, it looks like somebody that could be his uncle with pictures of flowers around him. You know, just that struggle of a black man trying to find some sense of happiness out here. But yeah, it's people that, and I think that was been a wave this year. Even people like Vince Staples, who dropped Ramona Park, Broke My Heart, and saying this is kind of like his last rendition of a anthology. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking about, you know, how I grew up, and this is like a culmination, and amazing projects. But I think we're in a time coming out of COVID, coming out of people should be having to self-reflect, coming into an age where you should have done some type of soul search and figuring out who you are, or you ran deeper away or further away.
Yeah, no, it's whenever you look historically at periods of time and you look at the art, whenever you had the best art is when you had the most suffering. So I mean, it's a reflection of the time periods. It's a lot that's going on, and it forces you to have to create. Like, that's the reason why certain cultures don't have a culture. They don't have art that displays the pain because they didn't have the suffering. So it's like when you look at people who have been afflicted with mass sufferings, you look at their cultures. That's where you're going to get the most beautiful art from.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So we want a little less pain, though. Before we go too far, man, rest in peace to the victims in Buffalo, New York. The 10 victims. I wish I had their names. I do not, but
yeah.
To prayers to the families,
Yeah.
all afflicted, the people who knew them,
Yeah.
the city. These things are the fuel for why sometimes the art comes out how it comes out. Why somebody can say, "Are you happy for me?" Really? You know what I'm saying? And even in that song say, "One protest for you, 365 for me." You know? It brings too many of those things evident into light too much. To where the most sometimes we can do is like, let me just at least just put in the song because
yeah, it's one of those things for me, where you have coincidence, but then it's like when you follow the narratives and you understand the stories, right? and you have somebody like Catherine Massey, Miss Massey, who I remember seeing her op-ed piece last year during COVID when, you know, they was addressing the issues that was going on out there, and she was talking about passing laws to, you know, get illegal guns off the street, and there here she go taken out by a legal gun. You know, when I think of Aaron Salter Jr., you know, security guard. But here this man was literally building an engine that ran off water. You know? Yeah, man. Yeah. I got an elder who I just took to another doctor's appointment earlier. He's 82 years old. So when I see somebody like a Miss Whitfield, 86 years old, you know, Miss Pearl Young, 77 years old, like, bro, like, that's my elder. Bro, like, we got to understand what time periods this stuff is in, man. Like, we really got to understand that. And we'll be blamed for our own oppression. We'll be blamed for it, bro. Like, nobody coming to save us from this shit, bro. They don't care about this shit, bro. And it's like, we really have to study not just what's going on here. We have to really study what happened in Nazi Germany, truly understand that. And we have to understand the caste system that happened over there in India, understand like the untouchable, like we really have to understand our position as a global people. And why is it that our people seem to have the foot of oppression on the back of their neck the most, you know? And it's like, this shit is by design, bro. And it's like we have to understand what time it is. We have to understand what time it is, man. Especially for people who believe that we don't have no value. We don't have no economic value, you know? So in their minds, we don't have social value. And I think that that's something that we have to keep in mind. There's three choices: liquidation, pacification, or liberation. And if they ain't gonna liberate us, they're gonna pacify us until they liquidate us. And we need to understand that. It's called The Choice by Samuel Yet.
Yep.
What's your choice?
Yeah, man. It's just tough, bro. I got to put it in its plainest terms since we on this. It's tough. Let's keep it at. It's tough to be in this space and to. There's reasons why we don't. I know Brother Johnny definitely don't do a lot of mindless activities. We can do events. There's always an intent. There's nothing mindless with me. We just know to meet the people where they at. This is why I choose to curate the way I curate my music intentionally. I will not shift from that. I will not deviate from that. I will not, because while I understand the need to release, the need to cope, those things are important for us to even get by day to day. So we need to have spaces to do those. There is an intention. I will not further traumatize with the thing that I control, which is the sounds. So if you're looking for that, you can go somewhere else. If you're looking to have a actual good time for something that's gonna raise your spirits and at least just raise your awareness of who's around you, which is the biggest. Make friends so you tend to care for them a little bit more. Make family. That's what we own. Everything we do is with an intention. And I don't give a fuck about being preachy. I'm out here for real. We out here for real. We down the street, we around the corner, we in the spaces for real. And whatever space you think I'm talking about, that's the one I'm talking about. We in them spaces. Whichever one. But we have to get to something, man, it's okay not to be zombies, bro. I've always said the movies about robots are never about machines. They're about the people operating in a robotic state. And we're close. We're numb. We have no feelings. We're sensitive. We have no feelings though. So we're walking around numb. We'll do what is told for us what's programmed for us to do. Not even told, what's programmed for us to do. Whatever have you. So we operating on the design. What's that movie that's where they on that train that's just going around for years? Snowpiercer. Come to the end. Hey, sorry if you ain't seen it. Come to the end. I only found out, bro, I've been training you since you was a kid to be the quote unquote guy. Make a choice. What you want to do? You supposed to take my job, by the way. You know what I'm saying? We do what we programmed to do. We're close to being robots. So we have to move with intention. We have to move again out of love first. Love first. Everything ain't got to be out of fear. When your first reaction is to chop somebody down instead of understanding, you moving out of fear. You scared what they gonna do to you, what they gonna take from you, what's not gonna be handed to you if they get on. Shit, we get in trouble for moving with love first. I'm gonna continue to do it. So we got to get to a place of being intentional. That's including the artist. If you feel a certain way, you can say that shit in a way that can still groove, that can still pop. We did it the whole 60s and 70s in our music.
For sure.
Y'all know who we was partying to? What our folks was partying to?
Man.
They was getting down. Talking about I'm black and I'm proud. They was getting down, Johnny.
Inner city blues.
Jigging to some shit that was gonna feed
talking about can't pay his taxes, all of this stuff. Literally talking about the same stuff that's going on right now. Black people getting killed by police. You know what I'm saying? Like literally talking about the same stuff, the state of the world going crazy and wanting to know where we heading towards. Because he don't see an end.
He ain't lie.
It's 50 years, man. 50 years.
So, it is okay to feel and to express that feeling. It is your job to find an artistic way to do so. You don't have to continue to do the things that keep you exactly where you at and where your family at. You just don't have to. Because one thing, I can't control them, but I can control me. But the only way I can control me, if I understand where I'm at. I need to see myself. I need to see what's happening around me. I need to try to understand that and move from that space and to not be afraid to move in that space. It may not solve everything, but that ain't my calling no more. I got me a seed. That's number one. My job is to be productive. A procreator. She got to be better than me in every sense of the word. Every sense. And I ain't talking about no stupid ass money. She got to be better than me. So that's my impression. That's what I got to get done. So that's why I appreciate, I'm just bringing it back. Even just from the cover, bro. I already knew what the fuck time it was when I seen the cover. Yep. Good to go. I see it. To operate in your high and your low. Because you got purpose staring in front of you, on your hip and in front of you. To operate in your high and your crown, but be grounded on the earth to know what could come. To be prepared. Brother Malcolm did it. He did it well. You know what I'm saying? I operate in my high while prepared in my low.
For sure. That's what that's what Fred Hampton then was on. They was going into the parties recruiting. So I mean, you got to meet the people where they at.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah, man. Hey, it's okay to say something. It's okay to be something. It's okay not to do what they telling you to do. Especially when you don't want to. It's up to us to work out our own trauma. It's up to us to be our brothers and sisters keepers. Well, they say if you know better, and do better.
Shit, what they say, if you knew better, you do better. I say, if you know better, you show better.
Yes, sir.
So be an example.
Merch.
Be an example. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Shit, Johnny, man.
Yeah.
It's time to get up out of here.
Oh, man, shit. We out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
man. I mean, like, we could talk for hours, bro.
Yes,
like,
sir.
I didn't even mention Savior. We could talk for hours about this CD, about this project, but I think that's just one of the beautiful things about it. It's going to be more layers to unpack as people keep listening to it.
Before we go, man, touch on Savior, because that's your shit, my G. 'Cause I just talked about operating in your high, prepare for the low.
Man, it's on so many levels. It's on so many levels because, I mean, I remember reading Dr. Frances Cress Welson's book, The ISIS Papers, and she broke down racism and racism's function and how racism functions to protect a genetically, a recessive gene pool. And like, it's like in love, if we came together, people would be mated out, and in hatred, people would be destroyed. So it's like racism functions on that level. And so it's like understanding self-interest. I can't expect Billy to be more happy for me and my position when that position is a direct conflict of interest to his existence. Exaggerated or not, that's kind of this whole great replacement theory shit that's going on out here. Like, there's a lot of fear with that. And it's like, it's exaggerated. But if we was really to move on that time, they would be mated out. You get what I'm saying? It's like, so on those levels, when you have people who pretending to be your friends or pretending to be happy for your success, if they're not willing to sacrifice their standard of living in order to increase yours, then we're not talking true equity. We're not talking equality, and equity is two different things. Equality is giving everybody the same size box. Equity is giving people different sizes box so everybody is at the same level view. If I'm only 3.5 feet tall because I'm a child, less than 4 feet tall, I need a 4-foot box to stand at 8 foot. If I'm 6 foot, I need a 2-foot box to stand at 8 foot. A 6-foot box is not going to do me too much well at 6 foot. You get what I'm saying? I need that 2 foot to be even. That's the difference between equality and equity. And I don't think we get that, bro. And it's just, I say all of that to say, we got to really unpack this stuff, man. There's a lot of people who pretending to be altruistic. It's okay. You can't get rid of the ego. I will never stand up here and tell you that you can get rid of ego. Ego can only serve on the lower or the higher nature. So it's up to you whether your ego gonna serve self or if it's gonna be selfish. Self and selfish appear to be the same things. Blue-ish, childish. So we just gotta understand what that ish mean. That's it, man.
Trying to be steaming y'all niggas up, man.
Man, bro, like I be,
out.
bro, I'll be ready to drop the game, but we not ready for it. We not ready for it. That's like what Kendrick do. He dropped 50 and then left. Niggas ain't ready. He pulled a Steph Curry. He ain't even wait to watch it go through the bottom of the net.
All right, that was a Kobe 81, bro. Stop, pop. Stop me if you want to. You can't.
So that's it, man. We out of here, man. Streets A&R Podcast, man.
Streets A&R. Hey, we'll see y'all at the Sneaker Soiree.
Yep.
We curating a good time. We curating this for the people. Y'all get spiffy so you feel good. Y'all stay fresh so you look good. Hey, man, meet somebody. It's gonna be a lot of people to meet.
That part.
Meet and greet. He doing the Birdman hand rub in the back. He finna be on something.
Man.
He gonna be on something, that big ass stamp on his hand.
Man.
Yes, sir, man. We see y'all later, man. The Streets A&R Podcast is Giddy Jicky with it.
Man, it's your other host, Johnny No Good.
We out, man.
All right, peace.
Are you happy for me?
Really?
Are you happy for me?
Smile in my face, but are you happy for me? I'm out the way. Are you happy for me?
Bitch.
Yeah. He said, the cat is out the bag. I am not your savior. I find it just as hard to love my neighbor. You know what I'm saying?
The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast.